For this project, we're going to be creating a video to MP3 converter, and we're going to be doing this through YouTube. So the user is going to enter a custom YouTube link, and that's going to be converted to MP3. So to get started, the first thing we need to do is import, or not import, but pip install PyTube, which is a package that helps us download YouTube videos easily. And once we have that put into place, we can import OS and import Shuttle. And finally, we need to import from PyTube YouTube. And there's actually one more thing I want to specify before we continue, and that is that I have a folder called audio in my project. So create that before moving on with the project, because we're going to be storing all of our audio tracks in that folder. So here we're going to type in URL to MP3, and here we need to enter a video URL of type string, and this function is going to actually do everything. It's quite a short script, so the first thing we need to do is create a video file, which is going to take YouTube with the video URL, and we need to call .streams.filter, and we just want to get the audio, so get audio only, and this is going to return to us the highest quality audio or the highest bitrate audio stream for the given video format. Then we can type in video file.download, so we can actually download it. Now it's going to give us back only the audio, but it's going to be in the MP4 format, and we want it to be MP3. So the MP4 name is going to equal string, or it's going to be of type string, and that will be the video file dot default file name. And the MP3 name, the one we actually want, is going to be MP4 name dot replace, and we want to replace the dot MP4 with the dot MP3. Then we will call our operating system and rename the file. So we're going to rename the file of MP4 name with MP3 name. And there's actually two things I need to specify. The first thing is that this should be rename and not remove. And the second thing is it doesn't just rename it, it actually renames the file. So once it finds this file of MP4, it's going to replace it with this name over here. So it's not just the same thing as replace, it actually renames the file path. And finally, we need to use Shuttle to move the file to the folder. So move, and we want to move the MP3 name to the audio folder. And next we can create our main function. And the main function is going to try to get an input URL from the user. So input URL of type string, which will equal input of please enter a URL. Then we will call URL to MP3. The video URL will be the input URL, and we will print finished downloading. And we will accept the exception as E. To keep things simple, we're just going to say something went wrong, and we will insert that error. Now, all that's left to do is to call if name is equal to main and run this. So if we run this, it's going to ask us to enter a URL, and coincidentally, I have this Skrillex URL, so I'm going to enter that. And as soon as you enter that, it should download it, and if everything went well, it should be in our audio folder. Now in PyCharm, you can't really preview that or anything, but if you actually drag this from PyCharm to your desktop, you'll see that it's going to be a working MP3 file. So just like that, we created a project that allows us to download MP3 from any video URL. Or actually, there's one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is that if you're running this on Mac, there's a chance you're going to get a certificate error when you try to run this. And there is a solution to that, and that is using this command in the terminal. So open up your terminal, copy and paste this command, and tap on enter. And it's going to upgrade your permissions so that you can actually run the script. Also, it's important to note that it depends on which Python version you are using. So if you're using Python 3.12, just change it here. It has to be the correct version for this to work, of course.